video, we're going to go over how patients are choosing med spas in 2026 before they ever call. Now, why does this matter? Well, the world's changing, and I'm here to tell you how and how you can use that to your advantage. There's currently 800 million plus AI searches per week. People are searching on AI saying, where's the best Botox near me, like this guy. Now, the thing is, people are using AI for everything. They're using it for their work. They're using AI for their personal life and for their health. So they're also using it to find med spas near them that they can go to because they built trust. When they're using it for work, for their personal life, for every aspect of their life now, they trust it significantly. They trust it more than Google. So AI only recommends 3 to 5 clinics, whereas Google recommends 300 clinics. So if we look best Botox near me and we search this, you're going to see there's a bunch of results that come up on the first page, and then there's 10 different pages we can go through. There's 14 now. If we keep going, there's 15, 19, 22, let's see how many there are. 22, so there's 220 med spas that are best Botox, meaning someone would have to go through 220 different options to find what they think is the best one. People aren't doing that anymore. People are lazy. So they're going to ChatGPT and saying, where's the best Botox near me? ChatGPT is giving 5 recommendations of the best. When people have less choices, it's easier for them to decide. And people are relying on that because, once again, they already trust AI because they're using it in their daily life. If you're not being recommended by AI, you're losing bookings. So let's continue and explain how patients actually decide on a med spa. First, we have to be aware. There are a few things that go through a patient's mind. They have appearance anxiety. They're not sure if they should show up or not. They need to know if they can trust you. They're trusting you with their body and their aesthetics, which is very important, especially in an age where everyone's on their phone taking pictures of themselves. They have to trust you, so you have to increase trust. They have a fear of bad outcomes. If this goes wrong, I will look bad. And then that makes them anxious. And then they want the safest provider. They don't want to go to someone who it's going to be dangerous to them. They want to feel like they can trust you. So our whole goal with AI is to make the person go from anxiety to trust. AI is no different than a human. It's just a very skeptical human. See, when someone's very anxious about something, there might be a few things that can relieve that anxiety and make them trust you. For AI, it takes 7 key things to make it trust you. We're about to break them down. Now, how does ChatGPT think about med spas? It's looking to avoid physical harm, protect patient outcomes, minimize risk, and be liability aware. Now, once you go through this whole funnel and ChatGPT passes you through, there are 2 outcomes. You either rank 1 through 5 or you don't rank at all. It's binary. There's no in between. And now people may say, okay, well, how do you know what you're talking about? How do you know this is real? That's because I run Advera. Advera's our done for you offer. You'll see there's 7 steps to rank. These are on the website. There's a 90-day roadmap. This is what we do for businesses. We do exactly what I'm about to explain for businesses, and I'm just giving it to you for free. So why most med spas will never get recommended is they have inconsistent clinic info. They have a few reviews. They only have a presence on Instagram. They don't have a clear list of services. They have no proof of results, and they have outdated listings. It's all going to make sense in a second. Because what makes AI feel safe recommending a med spa? There are 7 steps. Now remember, these are on advera.app. You can go there, see them. They're free, but you don't need to take a note on them. You can see them in depth there. The first one is perfecting your Google business profile. Now, we talk to people every day and they say, yeah, our Google business is perfect. But the reality is Google has a bunch of fields you have to fill out to perfect your Google business profile. If you don't fill out every single field, you are not going to look like a verified business. They're not even going to attempt to recommend you. You also need 30 to 50 up-to-date posts for AI to recommend you. If you don't have 30 to 50 posts, you're not going to get recommended. This is your verification. So imagine it like a bar. If you don't have an ID saying you're 21 years old, you're not going to get in that bar. It's just there's no solution, no intention behind it. It's, do you have an ID that says you're 21 or above? If you don't, you can't get in. If you do, you're getting in. This is step 1. Step 2 is to build a cross-platform review strategy. Now, what does that mean? It means reviews coming from different areas, different sources. So if we take business A and they have 200 reviews. Now business B also has 200 reviews, but what's the difference? Business A only has Google reviews, and business B has 4 different sources of reviews. Google, Facebook, whatever the other ones they want to have, they have multiple sources. The first business has 200 on one platform. This one has 50 on each. AI is going to trust this one every single time, because if it has it all on one platform, if all your reviews are from Google, it thinks you bought them and it thinks you're trying to game the system. Whereas if you have them on multiple different platforms, it thinks those reviews are real. Now, excuse the handwriting, but I think you get the point. Now, the third step is locking down your NAP. What is your NAP? Your name, address, and your phone number. Now, I also am going to throw in their email. But if your NAP is inconsistent, AI questions if you're the same business. Now, what do I mean by it has to be consistent and locked down? If your phone number starts with 919, and this is how it's listed on your Google business profile, but your Facebook has it listed as 919, and then you have the same number after it, it sees 2 different businesses. Why? The parentheses. You and I both know these numbers are the exact same. The parentheses make these numbers different to AI. So you have to have case for case, character for character, specific, name, address, phones. Emails is an easier one, but make sure you have the same email public. So if it's info@wellnessspa.com is your main email on your website, have that be your Google business profile email and your Facebook email. So the best way to do this practically is to have your NAP, your name, your address, and your phone be set in stone, and your team be aware, hey, these are the only name, address, and phone number we use in this character for character format. Just send out a memo so they can know. If you have a marketing department, even better, they can know this very easily and handle that. But on anywhere you are placed online, even if it's a directory online, you need to make sure these are consistent. So that's why we run through with our clients a 30-day audit. So this 30-day audit is you're going to go through everywhere your business is listed on the internet. Find where it's listed and check are your name, your address, and your phone number the exact same in every location. For your initial softwares, your Google, your Facebook, any other industry sites, this is very easy to find. For directories and published articles, this becomes more difficult. Now, as I'm going through timelines, forgot to add one thing to the reviews. And really for all of this, the goal for all of these 7 steps I'm going to break down, you want to automate it as much as you can. We're going to say auto for the sake of my handwriting with this little trackpad. But you want to automate it as much as you can. The best way to get more 5-star reviews is to run this simple workflow we run for our team. And this workflow, let me use text. So we're going to send an initial message after they come in for a procedure. We're going to say, on a scale of 1 to 5, how was your appointment? Now, if they say 1 through 3, we're going to say, thanks for the feedback. But if they say 4 and 5, we're going to say, thanks for the feedback. Hold on. Would you mind leaving a review so we can help more people like you? And then review request link. Now, what does this do? What does this do for your business? And what does this really mean? This means you are only going to get 4 and 5-star reviews, because this is 4 and 5. This is 1 through 3. So this is a good way to automate the process of getting more reviews. Now, we do it with our clients through Go High Level. You can do it through really any CRM system that allows for it. But it's a good practice to get into, not only automating the process, but filtering so you only get 4 and 5-star reviews. It's a simple hack that games the system a little bit. Now, when you get these reviews, and you will have your outliers that don't reply to this, and if they're upset, they're going to leave a bad review. That happens. Make sure you reply to every single review you get. Even if it's a negative review, reply and say, we are sorry you had a bad experience. We will fix this for the next time you come back, or give them a discount. Show AI that you take the initiative When things aren't up to your customers' standards that they had hoped for, you're going to go the extra mile. When it's a great review, say, hey, thanks for coming in. We look forward to seeing you next time. Just validate whatever people are saying. All right, let's go into step 4. Secure local media and digital PR. Now, when I say local media, I'm not talking about CNN or Fox. I mean your local media stations near you. The ones that push on their website, send out stories. They could even send out newspapers. If they have a website, get them to write a story about you. Now, why do you want to do this? Because one local media mention equals 55-star reviews when it comes to ranking. Why is this? Because if you say your business is great, that's marketing. If someone else who's not a part of your business says your business is great, that's proof. Proof outweighs marketing. Proof outweighs reviews. You can't buy a local media mention. I mean, technically you could pay a publisher to push the story, but they have to put their job on the line that you are a qualified business. Now, a lot of people I talk to are like, well, I'm not interesting enough. We haven't done anything big enough to get a story. How do we even get in contact with these publishers who are going to write a story about us? Well, one, that's part of what we do for our clients is we facilitate those relationships. We have connections with people in news organizations all over the U.S. But if you don't, here's a simple way to do it. And if you're the owner of this practice, tell your marketing team to do this. Reach out to publishers and say, because you got to remember, these people are looking for stories. They constantly need stories. So you're going to reach out to them and you're going to say, hey, I did X, Y, and Z. I think it could help the community. Here's a story I wrote on how to protect your skin in the summertime. You give them some piece of value that would be helpful for the community. That's how you phrase it. You don't put a call to action in it. You are simply educating the people in your local area. What is this going to do? It's going to do 2 things. The first is anyone who reads that will now see you as an authority figure in your field. So if they need something done related to their skin, who are they going to go to? The person who gave them advice on how to protect it. Second, it's going to make AI trust you because now you're published in a local media source, one that you have no control over, that someone's putting their job on the line to get you published. So this is why that's so powerful. Now let's move on to step 5. Step 5 is inject AI readable schema into your site. So when I say AI readable schema, this is kind of what I'm talking about. So it's basically identifying in the code of your website what each part is. So your name, this is the name of the business. Your URL, this is your website URL. Doing this for every part of your business and just saying, here's our name, here's our URL, here's our offer, here's the products we offer, here's the services we offer, here's the testimonials. Breaking down every piece of your website so AI can go through the code and find it very easily. Now I have an analogy for this that normally helps people who aren't technical. If you have a developer on your team, just tell them you need AI readable schema. They can figure it out. They can do it for you. So I'm going to send you to this attic and you're going to find me a t-shirt. Let's imagine there's 100 times the amount of boxes you see here. You're going to have to open every box and see if there's t-shirts inside. Then I send you to the same attic and I say, hey, I need a t-shirt. And this box is labeled T for t-shirts. You're going to go to that box, grab a t-shirt, hand it to me in no time. You're going to be able to find what you're looking for easier. This is what schema does. Schema is labeling the box in the attic to tell AI, hey, here's where to look. So when it's looking for the services you offer, it's going to go straight to the place where it knows it's going to be. That's why schema is so important. Step 6 is to flaunt your case studies and testimonials. Now this is an example of what a good one on your homepage could look like, but the key thing that most people don't realize for case studies, so let's say this is your website and you have a cute little picture at the top, you have your headline, you have a button maybe, and then you have your case studies listed right here. A lot of people just list their case studies here, which is fine, but you need to have them going to an external page, so it's on a separate page in and of itself. So this might be case study 2. This would be 1 and 3. You need a separate page so AI can find it faster and read it faster than having to go through all of the copy on your main website. Now a lot of people ask me, okay, so how do I structure these case studies? You need to ask a few things. What were you feeling before coming to us? Why did you come to us? How did you feel after? Hold on. Let me make this water. How did you feel after? what changed after? And then how do you feel, or let's see. No, you do, how do you feel? Sorry. What was the problem? Why did you come to us? How did you feel? What changed after? How do you feel now? This simple solution of what, why, how, what, how is all you have to send to someone. They will write the case study for you. Now then you can format it for them to put on your website. You can format it better. But this is all you need to get a good case study. And they will basically write it for you. And then here's the secret. You can take what they've written, put it in ChatGPT and tell it you need a good case study. Don't go overboard. Be around 250 characters or words, however much you want on your site. And then it'll write the case study for you. But this gains a lot of trust and safety from AI to recommend you. Now the final step is to monitor, optimize, and defend this monthly. Well, this is step 7. I don't know why I drew 6. Monitor and optimize and defend monthly. What does this mean? This means looking at your competitors. We're about to go into why you need to be ranking now so you can create a competitive moat. But your competitors are going to try and rank on ChatGPT if they aren't already. So, why do you need to monitor, optimize, and defend it monthly? Because if you don't, you're going to fall behind and you're not going to realize when your competitors are about to outrank you. So you need to have, let's just say minimum 30 reviews a month. You need 1 case study and 1 local media mention. This is minimum. We try and get, for our clients, we want this number to be 50. And then we want 3 local media mentions and 3 case studies. That's ideal. So what does that mean? If you're getting this month 1, 2, and 3, and then your competitors try and compete with you, that means on month 4 you will have 200 reviews, you will have 12 case studies, and 12 local media mentions. Meaning, if they try and compete with you when you're on month 4, and they're month 1, they have to get these metrics, which is going to be impossible for them to do. This is why you have a competitive moat if you begin to rank number 1 now. And that trust AI has for you will only build. Now, once again, not only do you need to automate as much of this as you can, and I've gone over how to do a few of them with the reviews, the name, address, and phone number, kind of hard to automate that, but really the case studies, you can create automations to ask for those. These aren't just 7 things you should do for your business to rank number 1 on AI. These are 7 things you should be doing in general to be a good business owner. If you want to see your med spa grow, these are things you should already be doing. So it's not a matter of, I need to do this to rank number 1. You should already be doing this in order to have your business be as successful as it can be. So let's go over to the compounding effect and why winners keep winning. So AI begins to recommend you. Patients arrive pre-trusting you. There's a higher booking and acceptance rate. More reviews come in, more authority builds, AI confidence compounds. All of this means your business is going in a positive direction and you are making a lot more money. And that's the goal of all this, to make a lot more money for your business. So why can most med spas not maintain this? They're focused on treatments. They have an office that looks like this. People are constantly coming in and out. They can't keep up with what they have to do on a daily basis. These 7 steps are very simple. I just gave them all to you. This is what we enforce for our clients. The reality is they just take time and consistency, something that a busy practice owner does not have. So they're focused on treatments. They have staff turnover. They have to worry about hiring new people. Then the marketing gets ignored, reviews slow down, and authority decays. Simply because they did not have consistency. Consistency is key when it comes to ranking number 1. Now, with our business, we have 3 different plans. We have a 3-month, a 6-month, and a 12-month plan. What we see is most of our people do the 3-month and then upgrade to 12-month because they want to keep ranking number 1. But for the people that do the 3-month and say, hey, I'm ranking number 1, I'm going to go off on my own and do it. They don't rank anymore. Why is that? Not because they didn't rank number 1 at one time, because they stopped doing the things that they needed to do. They didn't say, I'm going to stop doing this. I don't need to do it. They know they need to do it, but stuff comes up. You can't control what's going to happen within your med spa. That's really why they don't rank, and then they come back to us, and we basically have to start over from square one. Re-up all the things we were doing for their business. Now here's the reality. AI will become your new referral source if you begin ranking number 1 on AI. Even if you're number 2, 3, 4, or 5, you're going to get a lot of business from it. Trust is systematic. Once you begin to get AI's trust, it will continually trust you more and more if you keep doing the things you're already doing. Early adopters will win and make all the money with this, and they'll end up having the little trophy at the end of the year for AI's best recommended med spa in whatever city you're in, while everyone else will compete on ads and price, because they won't be able to compete with you at a certain point in the next few months, because remember, there's this competitive moat. If you have 200 reviews and they have to get that on their first month, chances are they aren't going to be able to do it. We've done it for people before, but it takes a lot of work on our end to do that, and practice owners just don't have the time to do so. And then on price, they're going to have to undercut you to be the cheapest person out there. If I'm going somewhere for my skin, I'm not going to take a discounted service. I want the highest quality I can get. And I think most everyone else does. I would hope so. If you don't care about your skin enough to go to a cheap person, this video isn't for any of those people's clients. I'm assuming you are a qualified, very valuable med spa watching this because you want to rank and get more customers. Now, the final thing I'm going to leave you with is why you should care about ranking if you're not already convinced. And it's simply because Apple signed a new deal with Google. And Gemini, their platform that's basically like ChatGPT, is going to be the new Siri. So if you have an iPhone, you know Siri kind of sucks. She's good for asking the weather, good for asking for directions, maybe send a text here or there. But coming up very soon, Gemini's platform that's just like ChatGPT, some argue it's better, some argue it's worse. I argue it's about the same. Gemini is going to be powering Siri, meaning you can ask it to create a grocery list. You can ask it to send an email for you. It's going to send it in your Gmail. You can ask it to create a grocery list and order those groceries. It's going to have unlimited possibilities, and people are going to use it a lot more. But instead of asking, what is the best place to get Botox near me, and having all of Apple Maps recommendations, it's going to give 3 to 5 recommendations like it does on Google now. Google has that AI summary, and it's basically going to tell you, hey, from what I see, these are the best 3 to 5 places to get Botox near you. That's why ranking is so important and will become essential this year in 2026 as more businesses catch on to this. Now's the time to do it. Now's the time to start ranking before all your competitors are trying to compete with you on ranking for number 1 on ChatGPT. Now, once again, we run Advera. Advera is a done-for-you offer. We do everything I went over in this video for our clients with Advera. If that interests you, there'll be a link down below. You can hop on a call. We can see if it's a good fit and if we can help your practice rank number 1. And so that's all I got for why you should rank and the change that's come in 2026 that started last year. If you have any questions or if any of this did not make sense, comment down below what those are. Happy to answer. I'm happy to make another video breaking down anything specifically. But I hope this was helpful. And if you have any more questions, send me a DM. There's all my socials in the description of my profile page, whatever you call it. You can find my Instagram, my Facebook, my LinkedIn, my X. It's all there. So you can send me a message. I'll get back to you in a day. But I hope this was helpful, and I hope you now can start ranking on ChatGPT.